This is Mount Massive.
Yodel like ooh.
This week's topic is sports video games. The top 5 best sports video games of all time. I put the call out to the fellas. I said, listen, if you're going to name a game like a franchise, say Madden or NCAA, you have to have the year. So this is a very specific Mount Massive. I'm going to start with Alex, frankly, because I like Alex's list. And he left some titles on there that I forgot about. So, Alex, go ahead.
So, Madden 2003 is one of mine. That's the Marshall Faulk cover. I remember that one specifically because the next one in 2004 was Michael Vick when he was with the Falcons, and I notably didn't like it as much. And the best part about Madden is the mini games training camp. Just throw that out there. The next game I had was NFL Street because you could run and do cool tricks off the buildings and stuff and do some cool catches. I picked specifically NFL Street 3, which was the Ocho Cinco cover. He's got some grills. Ready to Rumble Boxing is another one. Very fun game. NBA Street Volume 2, mainly because they had a really cool soundtrack as well. Backyard Baseball, Pablo Sanchez for life. He would be the figure for that in my Mount Massive. How we're gonna what I would carve. I would have a picture of Marshall Faulk, Ocho Cinco, the Afro guy for Ready Rumble Boxing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Afro guy from NBA Street Volume 2, and Pablo Sanchez. And then my only honorable mention, because I felt like I really did like the NCAA games, so Ncaa Football 2006.
Love your list. Forgot about Ready to Rumble. This is probably your best Mount Massive list. Well done.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm going to go next because Muff's list, I don't have to say my honorable mention. So I'm going to go next. Number 1, NCAA 14, the last NCAA. I feel like it was a trend setting. Like it made you get real pissed off they weren't making them anymore. There were a lot of cool features in that one. Unfortunately, there was a guy from the team up north on the cover. Had to make my own cover, but love that game. NFL Blitz from 1997. My brother and I did some crazy shit on that game. We turned like the rules off. It was just the true blue arcade NFL. That's my NFL game. Fight Night Round 4. All the Fight Nights were good, but Round 4 like had everybody in it. So Tyson versus Ali, like you could live that out. So thank you very much, Fight Night. Mutant League Hockey from 1994 on the Sega. Not a lot of people know about the Mutant League Hockey.
I was going to say, I don't know that one.
Essentially, it was hockey, but like you could have chainsaws and shotguns and all kinds of weapons while you played hockey, and it made it so much fun for me. Like I have a retro machine right now, and like if you said, hey, go play, that's the first game I would pick up, and I would play for hours just blowing shit up. And lastly, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. Again, on a snow day when they canceled school and you had Tony Hawk, that's what I would do. I'm not going to speak my honorable mention because it's a Muff's list, but I will say something when Muff says it.
Tony Hawk Underground 2.
That's a good one too.
I remember that one.
So go ahead, Muff.
My list, my 5. First, Madden 94. I believe this was the first Madden game I had. Had it for Super Nintendo, if I remember correctly. And I never had a Sega, so the Sega exclusive games were not something I had. I had Super Nintendo and PlayStation. But Madden 94, the first one, even though if you look back at the graphics and everything now, just absolutely awful, it was still amazing. Next, Base Wars. Similar premise to this mutant game, this Mutant League Hockey game that Jim had. Base Wars were robots playing baseball that you had to, in order to get a base or steal a base or move forward on the base paths, you had to have a fight with the other robot to gain control of that base.
That's awesome.
So that was it was semi-violent, but it was robots, so you didn't think too much about it. NCAA football games, I tried to go back and forth and figure out which one I liked best, but I think it was 12. It was Mark Ingram on the cover, if I remember correctly.
That's a good one too.
I like that one, and I forget why I liked it, but I remember that was the one that I played the most. I don't know, just because I was bored that year, or there was like some feature, most probably in the off season type info like time that was.
Yep.
That's probably why. Next for me is Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl football.
I've heard of this, but never played it.
I forget what year it was released. That I think it was only like 1 year, right?
The original Tecmo Bowl.
You're right.
Yeah.
The original Tecmo Bowl is what I'm talking about. I forget what
Yeah.
year that was. Mid-90s, maybe?
Sure.
Maybe a little bit earlier than that. But iconic game. You could do the patterns, right? That's how you won. Bo Jackson was unstoppable.
Mhm.
So you just were the Raiders and beat everybody. And the one that was in Jim's honorable mention that is on my list is Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey, the first game aside from a Mario game that I had for Super Nintendo.
Yeah. That had the home run derby, right?
I think it had home run derby function, but I don't think I played it much. I played the game. I played seasons.
See,
I remember spending hours playing this game.
I couldn't do the seasons, but my brother and I would do the home run derby for like it would get hot in the afternoon. So we'd play the home run derby, and then we would go out like once the sun went down, like so it was bearable. We would go out to like with the rest of the townies into the sand lot and do our own home run derbies with the kids. Like that set my childhood.
So
Love
Jim
that
was
game.
a baseball fan growing up.
I was when I was a little kid. Absolutely.
What happened?
The strike and me understanding what the strike was about. Like once I put it all together, I was like, oh no, screw baseball. So that's Mount Massive. Some games that I'm sure people will get on us about, like NBA Jam's not on here. Yes, we know. Come
FIFA.
at us. FIFA. Oh my God, the FIFA fans are going to destroy us. There's some other ones on there. There's some snowboarding games we didn't get. If my brother listens to the show, Dave Mira, BMX is another one that some people come at me.
Tiger Woods golf.
Oh my God, there's another one. Yeah.
Hot Shots golf is another one.
I was just gonna say I preferred Hot Shots golf, but
yeah. But listen, this is our list, so come at us.
Let us know. Yeah.
Big Nate, I know you're listening. Hit us up. Actually, you know what? Tell you an origin story of me and Big Nate. Big Nate came to me when he was in college, and he was like, I want to do a program for an NCAA tournament. And that's how I met Big Nate, was through sports video games. So Nate, if you're listening, give us your list, buddy.
You too, Junior.
Yeah. And that is Mount Massive.